If I learned anything from January's mini Nintendo Direct is that Nintendo loves porting its games to Nintendo Switch. And you know what? I think that's a good thing. I love the idea, of course. It gives younger players like me a chance to play all the games they would never have played otherwise. So today I want to discuss the 10 games I want to see get ported, preferably to the Switch. Just so you know, I haven't played most of these games I will talk about, so that's why some of my explanations might sound a bit odd. If you're okay with that, then let's begin. This one is mostly on here because we already know it's gonna happen sometime, the Pokemon Diamond, Pearl and Emerald remakes. Just so you know, Gen 1 and 4 are the only generations I have never played any games of. I think I'm perfectly fine skipping Gen 1, but I do want to play Gen 4 sometime. And a Gen 4 remake would be a perfect excuse for that. When they are gonna remake it, I really just hope to go for the Emerald version, because of the extra content of course. I mean, can you imagine places like the Distortion World with newer graphics? This might not be one of my dream titles, but I would definitely be excited if this would be announced. Mother 3 has been a Japan exclusive for over 10 years now. I think it's time we get to play the game too, don't you think, Nintendo? I mean, they'll do it eventually, right? Is Nintendo even realizing how much money they could have made now if Mother 3 wasn't blocked from the rest of the world? The fans would be satisfied seeing their favorite game remade, and the people that don't want to emulate the game can finally play it. Think about it, Nintendo. If you would have asked me why you should get a Wii U a year ago, I would say for games like Mario Kart 8, Hyrule Warriors, Splatoon and Mario Maker. 1 year later and almost all of them are ported to the Switch. But hey, at least we still have Mario Maker. For now. I think Nintendo will go for a sequel rather than a port, because we already have the 3DS remake. Then again, Hyrule Warriors also has 2 remakes under its belt, so that doesn't really matter. If we don't get a sequel, we will probably get some kind of deluxe port. Hopefully with some new enemies, power-ups and freaking slopes. And I think that would be enough to satisfy most fans. How about another Wii U port? Xenoblade Chronicles X maybe? Monolith president Tetsuya Takahashi even said in an interview that he wants to see a port of X, so it's in the realm of possibility. To be honest, I don't really have much to say about X. I love the original Xenoblade and I'm currently enjoying Xenoblade Chronicles 2, so it would be nice if I got to play the other game in the Xenoblade trilogy. We're in a similar situation with number 10. Skyward Sword is the only 3D Zelda game that hasn't been ported yet, so it only makes sense that it will happen soon. The difference with the Gen 4 Pokemon games is that I have actually played and loved Skyward Sword, and I would love to see how they would handle a port of this game. I have seen that you can use the Joy-Cons as a pointer and for motion control, so it's definitely possible. And maybe they could even use the HG Rumble for some new puzzles. I don't expect to see this remake for at least a couple of years, since Skyward Sword is still a fairly recent game. But just like with the Gen 4 Pokemon games, it will happen one day, and I can't wait to see it become a reality. From all of our Emblem games, Radiant Dawn is one of the least successful, at least in terms of sales. As a result, most copies of the game have become ridiculously expensive. And they already gave Gaiden a remake, so why not give this one a whirl? This is one of the 2 games where Ike, the most popular male Fire Emblem Lord, is a protagonist in, and I'm sure most Smash fans would love to see how the Smash main is in his own game. Of course I am aware that Radiant Dawn is acclaimed to be one of the hardest games out there, even for the older Fire Emblem standards. So casual mode can make it more accessible for newcomers, and maybe they can even add some new guest characters. This one might be stretching it a lot and is highly unlikely, but how about a GameCube Mario Party collection game? See it as something like the Metroid Prime collection, but then for Mario Party. I loved playing the games when I was younger, and I still do to this day, but I never got to play anything before 8 or DS. I've heard everyone say that 4 and 6 were the highlights of the series, so why not give us a compilation for all of it? Yes, I know the top 100 recently released, but it doesn't seem to be what the fans hoped for. The minigames might be back, but the classic board gameplay is nowhere to be found. The easiest way to please them is to release their favorites on the Switch. They get their childhood in HD and the newer generations get to play actual Mario Party. I would be really surprised to see this happen, especially since Nintendo apparently wants us to forget about the older Mario parties, but hey, I can still hope. I actually had a little time for this spot. It's a Smash game. On the one hand, I would love to play Smash 4 on the go without a circle pad, but on the other hand, I finally want the chance to play Melee. While I could have just gone with a big Smash collection game, I would rather see Smash 4 remaked, since I'm already used to its fighting engine and because of the potential with this game. First of all, combine the best modes from the 3DS and Wii U version, like Smash Tour and Street Smash into one version. Then maybe give some new stages on your characters. Oh, and let us upload some replays to YouTube again. I wouldn't mind seeing a Melee HD port, hell I'd probably be as hyped as with this game, but in the end a Smash 4 port just sounds more ideal for me. Yep, another GameCube game, and it's Mario Sunshine no less. This is again one of these games I never got a chance to play, but I've heard of its many flaws. So this could be like Mario 64 DS, where they can fix and add a lot of stuff. Fix some of the glitchy levels, maybe shorten the amount of blue coins or get rid of them altogether, add some new shines and maybe even add some new levels. I could go on and on about the potential this remake could have. And it seems like now would be a good time. The developers can just recycle Mario Odyssey's game engine if necessary. Maybe something for the summer? For number 1 I actually have a pretty recent game. I of course have never played it, but this game has one of the most dedicated fans I've ever seen. Not to mention how perfect this game would be for the Switch. This game is Icarus Uprising. Now let me explain my choice. From what I've seen, Icarus looks like it could be one of my favorite games ever. But I just can't play it in the current state of my 3DS. My L and R button are broken and the circle pad is starting to get rusty. Not to mention I probably don't have enough space left on my memory card. Of course, the first thing people would bring up as a counter argument against this game is that the control scheme wouldn't work on the Switch, unless it's on handheld mode all the time, with the touchscreen of course. Well, we have the right stick for aiming and we can even use the motion controls if you really want to. It probably won't work as well as the touch controls, but it would still work. And I know I said 100 times before, but those graphics would look amazing on the Switch. Well, that was all I had to say. Are there any ports you want to see? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!